Good morning, boys, girls. We're live here in the studio, and today is Flag Day. So we are celebrating Flag Day today a little bit by hearing it's a grand old flag by some of our fifth grade band members. So we have
Alexis, Sadie, Lindsay, Gabby, Audrey, Como, Chloe,
and
Mrs. Kelly.
Mrs. Kelly, who played a beautiful song for you. They will also be playing it for us when we have our Flag Day ceremony, which will be our last day of school. We always do that. The last day we go outside. We have a morning announcements outside. They'll be playing again. That was absolutely beautiful. But today, boys and girls, on June 14th, every year we celebrate the flag. So thank you, girls, for being here and for being so patriotic in your dress as well. Is there a second song or just that one?
If you want a second song, you can.
Let's hear it.
Don't do the retard on them. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful
Yeah.
job. Congratulations, girls.
Great job,
Can't wait to hear
ladies.
you next week. And of course, third graders, as you're thinking about playing an instrument, you just heard some beautiful flutes. All right, thank you so much. And now we'll get on with the rest of our show for today. So, Peyton, Agnes, and Caitlin, come on over. What a wonderful follow-up, by the way. Look at this project. So, Caitlin, what do you have there, honey?
Something that you to show kindness.
Yeah, so they wrote a how-to book on being kind. What do you think of that?
That's a perfect book to write.
Perfect idea, right? So, what's one idea, Peyton, on how to be kind?
When someone feeling sad and there's no one and them have no one to play with, you play with them.
What about you, Agnes? You have some advice?
When someone drops their pencil, you could pick it up.
Yeah, and that's being helpful, too. So we've been talking really about ways to be, go out of your way to be kind. Do you have something, Caitlin?
If someone is done working, you could ask them, do you want me to throw your stuff out? And then they could say yes, and you could be kind by doing that for them.
You know, you bring up a good point. So if you were in the cafeteria and somebody was done eating, you could take their garbage to the can. That's true. That would be something that's kind. 100%. Anything else that you can think of on how to be kind?
Well, if someone, they were just like playing at recess and then they lost their friend, they could go find their friend and then play with them.
Yeah, you could go find those people that need somebody to play with at recess. So what they did, Mr. Minerva, is they wrote about it and they also illustrated it.
And I
they
can
showed
tell you,
some
these
bucket
three
fill.
girls practice it too.
Yep,
you don't
they
just write about
absolutely
it.
do. So maybe other people can add to their book with things that they do to be kind. So high five, girls. Congratulations. All right. And next up, come on over, boys. All right. No, because we have a thing for you. Okay. So, Robbie, what do you have here? Snails. All right. So the three of you, Jackson, Bilal, Robbie, you all studied snails. Is that true?
Yes.
So what did you learn?
Well, I've been playing inside my backyard and there's a lot of snails. Snails usually hide inside of shady areas where there's no light because when there's light, one, they get exposed to more creatures and then it also affects their slimes
It affects their sliminess, yeah. So what is that slime for? Why are they so slimy? Do you know, Jackson?
Because they want to go places, and because they want to eat. Like if they want to go on leaves, they can climb up there and they eat.
Yeah, so their slime gives them actually gives them traction. It's a little bit different than regular slime, which makes things slippery. Their slime is what?
Saliva.
Yeah, and but is it smooth, sticky? What is it?
Sticky.
Yeah, it's sticky. So the saliva is sticky. It helps them to catch bugs and keep them on their tongue so they don't slide off. Any other cool facts, Robbie?
The bottom of their body is not actually just a bottom; it's their mouth. It's in their slime trails, is saliva that they eat from the bottom of their body.
Yeah. So did you know that, Mr. Angeli?
I knew a little bit about that. Yes, I have some snails in my fish tank at home. So.
Oh, look at that. So, yeah, so the bottom of their body is their mouth, and that trail they leave is their saliva. And it's sticky, and it helps them to pull in whatever food they have. Okay, and so what habitats do they live in?
Delivery in the front.
Jungle boss,
It's big, I really don't want it. Do you know what it is?
open fields.
Yeah, so why did you study snails?
What is
You know a lot?
chips?
Are you interested in them, or just because they were in your backyard?
That's probably
Yeah.
for
How about you,
scope then,
Jackson?
to which I'd have them go around to the kitchen side, and I'll load them from there.
Oh, that's true. They were
It's
very
already
unique
in.
shape.
So
I
I
don't
can
know
check
if we
the order.
can see this. I'll try to hold it a little bit closer. But they've, drawn a nice picture of a snail. What would you call that shape? It's kind of a spiral. Kind of reminds me of one of those donuts
Hey,
that
look,
you get. Those
Mike, I'll take care of it.
honey
Don't worry
biscuits,
about
do
it.
they call them? What do they
Yes.
call those things? I don't know.
Um,
Cinnamon buns, maybe?
Cinnamon
Yeah,
buns.
You can
cinnamon
make
buns.
it
That's the one.
one trip and
Cinnabon,
stuff.
right? Yeah, the Cinnabon. Those are pretty good. Okay, any other cool facts you want to share with us
Yeah.
about snails?
And I used to have a pet
All
snail.
right, well, thank
You
you. I
did?
appreciate that.
Yeah, he never actually went up the walls. He usually just stuck to the ground.
Okay.
And he always stayed in corners, hiding from all the other pets that I had.
And Mr. Angeli has some snails too. Any others? I am really impressed. You know what I'm so proud of, Mr. Minerva, is that they knew all their facts. They didn't have to look at the sheet once.
That's very well prepared.
Super
Nicely
duper
done,
job.
guys.
And I can tell you really are interested in snails. Good work to all three of you. Just wait over there for us.
French chefs.
All right, come on over. We have Jason and Matt. Okay, what do we have here, Jason and Matt? Gravity. All right. So tell us about gravity, Jason.
Gravity is a great thing. Gravity is all around you. If gravity wasn't a thing, every single thing would be floating. Even this paper. In space, everything is floating because there is no gravity. If there was, all the planets would be probably falling. If there was no gravity, I wouldn't even be writing this, because me and this paper would be floating. I have a question for you. Would you like gravity or would you like no gravity? I would like gravity because I love swings. But if there was no gravity, I can't go on the swing because I would be flying. But flying is really fun. I hope you like this. Bye!
Well, Jason, let's not leave yet. So, Matt, what do you want to add to the gravity story?
That if you don't have gravity, everything will float up and will go really high up.
So we had a Get Smart show, I guess, on Wednesday, and we had a presentation on the solar system.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that. Where doesn't gravity exist?
In space.
In space, right. So if you wanted to walk on the moon, what would you have to wear?
You have to wear a spacesuit.
Yeah, and they call a spacesuit a gravity suit. So it gives you gravity so that you can actually stay planted on the moon and walk. Otherwise, you're right, you'll just float out. And
The moon's
that'd be it.
gravity is 1/6 of the Earth's. So you can do the math on that and figure out how much you would weigh if you were on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in fact, that's a very interesting point that Mr. Minerva brings up. So, our weight is a factor of gravity. So he's saying if you weighed, let's say, 60 pounds, and on the moon you weigh 1/6 of your weight on Earth, how much would you weigh? That's a good question. Let's see if anybody knows that. I wonder if a fifth grader or fourth grader can figure that question out. If you weigh 60 pounds on Earth, how much would you weigh on the moon? If your weight is 1/6.
Sam behind you knows. He's excited.
It looks like Sam knows. Sam, how much do you weigh?
You might weigh the same.
No, you weigh 1/6. You weigh less. Robbie?
10 pounds.
Yes!
Nice.
Good job. How did you do that, Robbie?
I divided 60 by 6.
Yep, you divide 60 by 6. That's great, Robbie. Yes, you weigh 10 pounds on the moon if you weigh 60 pounds on Earth. All right, any other cool facts about gravity?
That
Oh, Miss Geller's class said the same thing, by the way. 10 pound manure in the entire class.
All right, Miss Gallery's class.
it's like all around you, and if there was no gravity, you wouldn't. This school wouldn't even be here because they wouldn't be able to build it.
Right, so the entire Earth is affected by gravity
Yes.
in the same way. That's correct. Very good. Nice work. High five. Okay. So, Sam, boys, come on over. So, did you find the project?
Yes.
Bonus, come on over. All right. So, all right, we have, so Sam and Sam squared today. But, so where is the title on this one? Oh, this is the Eddie Rickenbacker, right? Okay. So, who is Eddie Rickenbacker?
Eddie Rickenbacker was a pilot who flew a fighter jet, a B-17 passenger, and a race car driver.
So, Mr. Minerva, a few months ago, we were walking through the hallway, do you remember? And I said, do you have a project coming? He said, yeah, I have one on Eddie Rickenbacker. So here it is. What do you know about Eddie Rickenbacker?
That he had like something really bad happen to his body.
What happened to him?
He was in his passenger plane when he had crashed, and although he had broken ribs, a fractured skull, a shattered elbow, and an eyeball torn loose from its eye socket, he afforded rescue.
Okay, and so what's this book have to do with it?
This is where our pictures are.
Okay, and so is this a book about him?
Yes.
Okay.
Part of it is about him.
And so what's the title of that book?
Lost in the Pacific.
Okay, in what year?
1942.
1942. Do you know what 1942, what was happening in the world in 1942?
World War II.
Yeah, World War II. So what was he doing in that war? Do you know? He was a fighter pilot. What does that mean?
He was piloting a fighter.
A fighter plane, yeah. Very good. So we can take a look. You want to turn that around? Just take a look. Okay. So what happened to him?
Well, so when he was on the B-17,
Yeah.
as a passenger, he was about to go into another crash, but this time in the Pacific Ocean.
Yep.
And he was determined to survive once again.
Yeah. And so what happened? Did he survive, Sam?
Yes.
Okay. How did he survive?
Because it was like water. It was like safer because the water's like more like safer than the ground. Because like if he crashed on the ground, he'll probably like fall and break a bone. But if he was in water, he'll just like swim.
Well, crashing into the water can be very dangerous too because it can act like a hard surface the way that the ground does. But the water did help him. How did the water help him? What happened?
It's basic water. It's like with your lungs. Sometimes it's like water. Well, the water actually, since he was lost for like a month. They were running low on food supply. when storms came, they would fill up the life vests with water, and they would also try fishing for food.
Right. So yeah. So the water helped them survive. Exactly.
They also had some dangers on the way.
Yeah. Like what kind of dangers?
Like there were like sharks were
Be careful about the sharks. Yep.
like especially tiger sharks.
Hmm. And so now this is part of the Lost series. Have you read other books?
No, this is the first book in the Lost series that I've read.
Okay, you think you might read some more? All right. So yeah, so this is some pretty good stuff, and it's about history. I know you love that
I
history.
love that. And again, I love the fact that he didn't have to read word for word.
Yeah.
Just
Both
they
Sams.
both knew their facts.
Yeah. What does that say? Oh, of course.
Hmm.
All awesome. Unbelievable. Okay, good work, guys. All right.
Zaria and Darius.
Zaria and Darius are and
Jump.
Devin.
Oh,
Yeah,
Deb, sorry, wrong Lugo brother.
Yeah, long yeah. So
sorry.
So all right, good. Oh, love this. Okay. So Devin and Zaria are doing a project on,
J.K. Rowling.
and who is she?
She is the author of the Harry Potter series.
Yes, she is. All right, so what do you want to tell us about her, Zaria?
J.K. stands for Joanne Kathleen.
All right, and
Her birthday was July 31st.
so her birthday's coming up on July 31st. That's okay. And
Her first Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers before it was accepted.
wow. Yeah, it's kind of like Michael Jordan. He didn't make his basketball team in high school.
That's
Kept
perseverance.
going,
Grit.
kept going. And Thomas Edison, same story, right? Okay.
She had a hard time writing books because she had little money, and still she had to take care of her daughter Jessica.
Okay, and
She worked hard and published her first Harry Potter book in 1995. And when traveling to London, she was looking out of the train window, and the story of a young boy came to mind.
yeah, so here's a person who was just getting smart on a train. She was on a train and she kept working hard. That's it. That's
I
what
wonder how many J.K. Rowlings out there gave up and said, I just got a job and never followed through on their dreams.
Maybe. So why did you decide to study her?
Because we both like the Harry Potter series.
Yeah. Have you seen the movies?
Yeah.
Which is better, the book or the movie?
I like the book.
Me too.
Yes,
The
good
books are
answer.
so
Book's
much
always
better.
better than the
Always
movie.
better. 100%. And so, which book are you on in the series? Do you know what you're up to? My nephew is reading the series right now too.
I'm up to the Sorcerer of Stones.
Okay.
I'm up to the 5th.
The fifth? Okay. Wow, I mean, it's amazing, the imagination and all because she was following her dream. She didn't give up. And she was getting smart on the train. I mean, think about that. So, well done. So, how did you two become a team on this?
We became a team because we sat next to each other in class and we saw that we were reading the same book at the same time.
Oh, love that. Love that idea. Good work. High five to both of you. All right, and so that brings us to our mighty kind moment of the day. Can we get a drum roll on this one? All right. So, Mr. Minerva, this one is coming right out of a situation. So here it was. You ready, boys and girls? Make sure you listen to this one. So, we had a situation the other day where a person used their hands the way they shouldn't have. And Andrew Oberhaus in our second grade. So he was the one who was hurt. And he showed such kindness. So the person who hurt him, I'm not going to say who that was, apologized. But Andrew gave that person a hug, said, I accept your apology. I know you didn't want to hurt me, and I'm going to give you another chance to be my friend. That was mighty kind.
Wow.
That's exactly what mighty kind is. It's doing something when it's hard. It's hard. After somebody hurts you, you don't think, let me be friends with that person. But that's what kindness is. It's going a little bit extra to do the right thing. So congratulations to Andrew. He received his pin the other day. And of course, every day, boys and girls, every day is a good day to get smart and be kind to both each other and the earth. Let's have a wonderful day. Okay.